WATE 6 on your side, Storm Team.
Still going to be on the eye to our north and west. The scattered showers and storms continue to develop. Some of those will slide south and eastward overnight. A few could be on the strong to severe side, but these move through pretty quickly where the majority of our Tuesday looks dry. And then after a couple of cool mornings midweek, a lot warmer as we go late week towards the weekend. Let's take a look at what's going on. All quiet across our area. We're watching this cold front to the west. The orange shaded areas, those are severe thunderstorm watches, which are still in place. And we're watching these clusters of storms that continue to develop and that will slide south and east. Now, all this said, the greatest risk is still well to our west. Nashville, Bowling Green, back through the boot heel of Missouri. But portions of our area, basically everybody from the plateau eastward, is under that level 1 out of 5 risk for severe storms. So as this batch of storms slides south and eastward, most likely it will weaken as it gets closer to us. But I still think there's enough fuel or instability around here. Some of these storms could produce some isolated damaging wind gusts and maybe even some small hail. Let's talk about the timing, where we are. Not much going on right now. This is midnight. Those storms are still well to our west. But as we get closer towards the late overnight time frame, this is 3 a.m., we're seeing some of those storms approaching portions of the plateau and sliding south and eastward. Again, this is kind of an estimation of where some of these storms could be, but it's done pretty good so far tonight. So we'll keep an eye basically anywhere from Knoxville westward and northward towards 5 a.m. and then this batch weakens and pushes east by the time we get to about 8 a.m., so towards the end of the commute. So even if we don't have storms ongoing during the commute, many of the area roads will probably be wet from some of these overnight rainfalls. So what are we talking about? Hail possible? I think there's a low probability, but I still think some isolated hail cannot be ruled out. Probably the bigger impacts, if we had these, heavier rainfall in isolated areas and then some wind damage. Not really a tornado threat for the overnight hours the way it's looking. Just want to make sure you have multiple ways that you can get alerts in case any are issued overnight. And if you are using our weather app on your phone or tablet, just make sure your phone is not on silent or do not disturb. By tomorrow afternoon, we're back in the upper 70s, close to 80 degrees under a mix of sun and clouds, and then cooler and drier air comes in by the time we get to Wednesday morning. We've got upper 40s to mid 50s. As I mentioned, after a few cool mornings for Wednesday and Thursday, quick warm up, we've got mid 80s late week into the weekend, but we will also see those storm chances go back up. Stay with us. Sports is coming up after the break.